and I to stop several times a day, 3, 4, 5 times, to think about the benefactor of the company. Now, you never see the benefactor. All you know is that he is the one. He's behind all of this. He's the one that signs the checks. He's the one that makes it happen. He's the one that gives you the comfort that you need. And so, several times a day, the only thing we want you to do is to stop and think about the benefactor of this company. And then, with a toll-free card that we give you, we want you to dial a number and call up the company headquarters. You dial that number and call up the company headquarters and say, this is Khalid, I'm employee number 172, and I'm very grateful. I'm just calling in to check in and let you know that I'm thinking about the benefactor and about the company. I just love it. All my children love it. We had some more children we want to add to the budget. I love everything that's going on. And after calling in, it's recorded. My gratitude, my loyalty, my commitment to the company is registered on a daily basis. Now, do you think that would be too much to ask? Tell me the truth. If there was such a company, would that be too much to ask for you to call in to show your gratitude, your continued commitment and loyalty to the company, to receive all these continued benefits? Also, the company wants you not only to be self-concerned. The company wants you to be a good neighbor. The company wants you to live in harmony with other people. The company wants you to set a good human example. The company wants you to establish good family ethics. The company wants you to show your neighbors how decent of a person that you are. The company wants you to interact at times with the other co-workers of the company, persons of all backgrounds. The company also wants you to be the kind of person that when people pass by your house and they ask you for something to drink, for something to eat, because they don't have a job like yours, the company wants you to be generous. The company wants you and I to sincerely work to realize and to bring into fruition peaceful coexistence with all human beings. And finally, the company wants you to prepare yourself, to always remain prepared for an unexpected examination. That means that any time the company representative could come to check your house. The company representative could come at any time to check you, to check your accounts, to balance things. The company could come at any time and put your commitment on the line. Therefore, the company wants you to have things in order at all times. And that's what the company is spending this money, investing this in you, for you to be a model employee. The company wants you and I to prepare and expect a period of examination, a period of reconciliation, a balancing of accounts of our performance and our behavior in order to determine the renewal and the extension of our contract. If the benefactor is pleased, you'll get more bonuses. And even if you die, the most beautiful thing about this contract, that the benefactor is going to extend your life and make sure that the family that you leave behind, that they are continued in the same status that you had. Now, isn't this a beautiful company? Isn't that a beautiful deal? It takes care of you here and hereafter. How many people would work for that company? Tell me the truth. Most of you. No tricks to it. No curve at the end of the road. No other conditions involved. Well, what I talk to you about is a metaphor, a facsimile, a proposition. But in fact, what I've talked to you about is a reality. You have been given more than what I just spoke about. You've been given more than that. In fact, none of you have yet paid rent on any of the houses that you have. Your body is the house that you were given. Your senses are the passengers in it and the furniture in it. And let me see if any of you have paid rent on your house. Have you paid rent? Nobody has paid any rent. But all the gifts that you've been given, your life and your senses and your sight, your gift of breathing, your children and your homes, your health, your wealth, your status. You've been given all these things by a benefactor and you've paid nothing for it. And it's all happening without you even asking for it. And yes, there will be an examination, and yes, there will be a hereafter. Tell me, would these requests be unreasonable for the benefactor of such a company to ask you and I for? I don't think so. And is this a reasonable proposition towards personal and social success? If that's what we all wanted, would that be a reasonable proposition? Essentially, this is the very formula of success in life. Being grateful as a human being and a beneficiary. Being decent, law-abiding, and honest. Stopping to thank, to acknowledge, and worship. Living in harmony with others, with responsibility and dignity. To have consciousness, to have morality. Towards our existence in preparation of death. This is the proposition of life. And this is the formula of success. Now you may ask, why is it necessary to recognize or to worship a creator or to know and submit to God at all? I say this to you. How psychologically important is it for an individual, you and I, to know our parents? Well, psychologists will tell you that it's very critical for the human being to know their parents, even if they